Howdy folks, Effing Controller here, back with more Escape Velocity. I rejoin you here on the exciting planet of Torgo Prime. We're dumping another load of viral serum, and I was looking at a little bit of the information that I gleaned about different trade routes that I could possibly do. And while this is somewhat profitable, I think that there's a better route to be had. It's shorter, which is the key point. What's really costing us is this overhead that we have. Whenever we do all these jumps, or when we do a jump, it costs us like 20,000 credits. And if we're doing 7 jumps throughout the entire length of the circuit, plus I have to pay for 2 refuelings, which is another 20,000. It's almost, I think it's, would that be 32 or 320,000? It's a lot. It's adding up, is what I'm trying to say. That's not correct, actually, now that I'm saying that out loud. No, that is correct. 7 plus 7 is 14, and then another 2 is 16 times 20,000. Yeah, I'm a genius. Don't worry about it. So I'm going to try a shorter route here that isn't going to have the level of margin, but it is going to probably be better. Because what's eating into our margin is these lousy escorts. Alright, so on Nemesis, in theory, should be able to purchase luxury goods, and they are for sale at a low price. And so we just hit that B button. Go. LuxG. Alright, so that was purchased for 336, and we're only going to be taking it to Capella, which is a mere 2 jumps away. And I guess I forgot, I have to immediately, as soon as I take off another 20,000. Or is it 17? It's either way, folks, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it's 17, not 20,000. I am now enjoying a polar seltzer as opposed to the good and gather. Like bad and leave it alone. Bad and leave it in the trash where it belongs. Okay. Let's go to the old command. Oh. That was not something I necessarily foresaw, but hey, look at that. That worked out pretty nicely for us. That worked out extremely nicely for us. And what was I going to buy here? It was either industrial. I think it's industrial. Because equipment they actually make on Nemesis, right? Is it equipment or industrial? It's either one, according to what I'm seeing here. How can that be? No, it's not equipment. It is industrial. Jiminy Christmas. Okay. Well, that's kind of disappointing in a way because that's a lower margin good, but we'll take it. Alright. And then we'll just do another 2 jumps and see where that gets us. Can I buy the Corvette here? No. Just curious. And come to think of it, I don't actually know how to fire these guys. I don't know how to get rid of my escorts once they've served their purpose. I'm sure that's in the menu. Hopefully it's in the menu. I thought Shift Tab was the way that you selected friendlies. But I've tried that, and it doesn't work. Is it Option Tab? It's Option Tab. So I know what to do then. Hail them and say, buzz off. I have no need for you. Okay. Just mashing that poor button. Oh, shit. Now, is that something I can sell at Capella? Equipment. It's low at both. Um, but the margin on luxury goods, well, that was insanely high. But I think that was because of the fact that we had that little event. But is that margin... Well, let's go with the luxury goods. Because that margin was higher, presuming that's still going. So I'm going to just go with that. Either way, we're going to make a fair chunk of money. This is a better route already. This is, if you're doing escorts like this is clearly better. Sorry for making you endure that that trade run I was doing before. But we all learned something. Yeesh. Coming in hot. A lot of pirates in here. Can't wait to leave. Did I lose a ship? No, I didn't. Yeah, this is much easier. This is much more mellow and relaxing. I love this. Except for right now, I don't love it. There we go. Okay, so we flubbed that up. Although, I think we still would have... I think we still made a little bit more. I don't remember exactly. I should, write these things down like a responsible merchant, but, come on, guys. I mean, what are you dealing with here? You guys know how it is. Okay. Industrial. It's a fine genre of music. There we go. After I get 2 million, I think I'm just gonna call it good on this whole rigmarole here. I think we will move on to... Hello? Oh, that's the H button, not the J button. Damn you, Steve Jobs! It's actually my idiotic fingers. It's not anything to do with Mr. Jobs. Alright, cool. Gonna hit this planet one more time. God, no. Help. It sucks so much. It's just very frustrating. I can't take advantage of that, but... Well, I tell you what. We can take advantage of that. You could sell that for just about any price, and that's a reasonable profit. So... Excellent. Well, they don't have the Corvette here. What I'll do is I'll do another run to Capella and bid my escorts a fond farewell, and we'll look for a Corvette. We're entering the midlife crisis phase of our playthrough. We're working on buying cars that we don't need, or ships that we don't need. We actually do need a Corvette. If we're wanting to proceed through combat in this game, the Corvette is a logical step, and it's a decent enough ship. For some reason, even though I think in a lot of ways it's objectively better than the Argosy, it doesn't have the cargo capacity, and it doesn't have, therefore, a great deal of the upgradability. So it kind of suffers for that. It's low, but see, that's actually, I think, what I should have been doing in the first place, because that's almost 300 in pure profit. Yeah. That's the way to do it. Luxury goods are extremely expensive here right now, though. which I can buy those back at the other planet. That's right. That was my whole logic. It backfired. Okay, great. Figured that one out. And I managed to look really smart in the process. Because I couldn't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. Okay. Anyways, let's go to... I don't know who has a reasonably good shipyard. Let's go to Rigel. And I'm going to tell my escorts to hit the road. Release from servitude. I can say hi. Catch you later. Buy you a synthale next time we meet. Yeah, we made a lot of money together, didn't we? And we will start hitting the spaceport bar a little bit more now. And they are no longer interested in me, which is nice. And I'm just gonna head out of here. Born free. Delightful. Levo does not have corvettes, I'm reasonably sure. I don't think they even have a shipyard, do they? Pretty sure they don't. And finally, the game is running at a reasonable speed. This is the shipyard. Oh. Well, crud. We'll try landfall. The ways in which the Corvette are better include greater maneuverability, greater speed, more weaponry, more shields, better hull. I think it has more. Well, we'll be able to compare, I'm sure. Yeah. So, no. That's what I want. Space of 50, and then it has all this junk that you can sell and make more space. I think, right? Well, game isn't so sure that it agrees with me. How do I get out of this? Just hit enter, okay. Oh my god, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Okay. Oh. Well, that's fun. I think I made the computer shit its pants here. Just bear with me for a second, folks. We're just gonna do some Mac stuff here. It's a time-honored tradition. I feel like my old Mac crashed a lot, so this is actually in keeping with the original experience. Although I don't remember it crashing too much with escape velocity, but here we go. We're doing the loading the extensions. We're entering into, yeah, I know, OS 7.5.5 I think is what I've got installed on here. And it's going to load all of the... Yep, okay. There we go. A little sneak peek at all the fun little games I've got installed there. Anyways, get the full experience. There we go. For some reason it lost the signal. You could spend a nice lengthy amount of time just looking at that big blue man's big blue butt. Not sure why he has such form-fitting clothing. Maybe someone at Ambrosia, if they happen to watch this, might explain why this gentleman has such a juicy caboose, but a lot of eye candy on this screen, what can I say? So let's see where it actually loads me from. I don't really know where that's going to be. We were having a meaningful discussion, though, about the different upgrades. I'm in Rigel. That's okay. That's just 2 systems, or a system away. I believe it saves after you leave the planet, so... which makes sense. So, overall, I think trade is a great way to make money. If you find a route like that we were just doing, that's pretty excellent. But it's a little tedious. It may not be your cup of tea. I don't know. Do I dare go into this screen again? I guess I could just look at my ship. It doesn't show, like, the specs. Okay, so... It really doesn't want to look at the Argosy. Okay, well then just take my word for it. It's overall better. The Corvette is overall better. I don't know what that's about. That's got to be some kind of issue due to RAM doubler or something. Who knows? Again, I frankly did not find my old Mac to be that stable, and it was probably because of my use of RAM doubler and such, so... Excellent. Just takes me right back. Oh, I learned a lot about computers, you know, from having to deal with the troubleshooting with this OS and just miscellaneous quirks that it had. When I must have been about 8 years old, the computer was complaining that I couldn't open something because I was out of memory. And in my mind, at that young, tender age, memory meant stuff on the hard drive. So I was deleting stuff like crazy, and I still wasn't able to open up whatever it was that I was trying to use. And yeah, it didn't work. And then I learned that that's not what memory means. It's a type of memory. It's just not the type of memory that is usually talked about when we're talking about memory. Anyways, we're just going to buy a Corvette. Enough research. We're buying a Maskarovka IPV-1 Corvette. It's a hard ship to classify. Its maneuverability and acceleration make it perform like a heavy fighter. That's a little bit bold, but it is armed like a light capital ship, and that's exactly what it is. It's a destroyer, essentially. Or a Corvette. It's an actual class of ship. Maskarovka builds the Corvette to fill in the gap in the commercial starship market between the classical starfighters and the super powerful Atenota Kestrel. The Corvette has been popular with corporate governments who need to police their space, as it makes an excellent customs and patrol vessel. I will buy it, and I'm not going to call it Corvette 511. I'm going to call it Rescue 911. No, I will call it the Pickerel, which was the other sub that we had in that Silent Hunter 4 series. And we are now sort of poor. But we also have a really fine ship now. We do need to upgrade it, though. And again, I want to get the maneuverability upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to outfit our ship and see what it says in terms of empty space. And that is what I was expecting. We have 50 tons, but we can also sell a lot of this crap and upgrade our ship accordingly. Fuel tanks are a good idea. I'm going to go with the afterburner. I'm going to go with this and this. The rocket launcher, I'm going to have to really, I'm going to pray on it. Because it's, well, first of all, if you have a javelin pod, or if you have a rocket launcher, you don't need a javelin pod as far as I'm concerned. I'm thinking about that statement, actually, as I'm saying it. But the javelin pod is just nice for a little bit of added DPS if you're able to face your enemy. This, meanwhile, does not have any cannons of any kind, which is puzzling. And I don't know. I should focus on just getting the upgrades that I talked about earlier. So we're going to go out to... And you can see our turn rate is slower now. We have 6 jumps. And out of the gates, this is a fast ship. And it's going to be even faster once we do these upgrades. I don't know, that's pretty zippy. I'll say that it's probably just about as fast as our previous ship. It's slightly slower on the turns. I mean, 90 degrees per second is objectively slower than 120. It definitely does have less cargo, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but I think I can live with that. I'm on the fence too about missiles versus torpedoes. We can actually do some testing, see which ones we like better. My sense, though, is that missiles are thrown off very easily by asteroids, and I think there is a jammer that people can have, and I don't know how often you run into that with enemy ships, but it is a thing. It's a thing that exists. And I mean, the price of all those upgrades is not going to be enough to bankrupt us. Okay, thrust enhancement. And an engine upgrade. And an RCS upgrade. Beautiful. I mean, we can just buy a torpedo launcher right now. And then buy 10 torpedoes. I mean, why not? Just right out of the gate, so I'm almost certain I'm going to sell this. But do note that we don't have any cannons of any kind. Well, let's see if we can find a pirate to murder here. Darwin should have pirates. Curzon might have pirates. And look at us go. We don't really even need the afterburner, come to think of it. Look how fast that is. Once we get a full head of steam. I wonder how fast it goes with the... Oh, I guess I don't have a ram scoop, but... Once we get the Curzon here, let's just take it out for a quick spin. So that's the afterburner. That's ridiculously fast. There's no need for that. I don't think we have a need for an afterburner, to be honest. That might be something I end up regretting, but the ship is really fast. Oh, and I need to take a look at how fast it warps from system to system. So it's February 4th. And what do we have for Darwin? February 6th. It's just 2 days, which is not bad. Okay, so there's a pirate argosy. It does take a little bit of an effort to come to a stop, but why is this guy? Oh, he's hostile to the Confederate guy. I mean, they're kind of fun. I don't know. I don't really think I'm going to use those. It's too easy for me to miss with them. What I'd rather do is just carefully aim a heavy rocket shot, which I know, it's me. Nothing's careful about anything I do, but I think that that's the... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about this. Oh, boy. I have 2 missile racks, each of which is 10 tons, and then the missiles are a ton each. I was pretty happy with the torpedo launcher. Okay, let's get rid of this first. I know I don't want that, and I can sell the rockets. Okay. So we can only have the 1 shield booster regardless. That's kind of disappointing. I think I am going to sell these. I have tended to use missiles quite a bit in my previous runs, but I don't know. Okay, so that's maxed. And then I can get some laser cannons. What about proton cannons? How about a proton cannon too? And then a couple extra torpedoes. Oh baby, now we're talking. Now we're dirt poor though. Couldn't do any armor upgrades. Mass expansion could help with that, but then we're starting to run into some issues with cargo space. There is always the option of selling this if this truly becomes too much of a burden. Okay, well let's this is operable. I think this is something we can work with. I do want to get into a genuine fight though of some kind. So let's we could hang out in Darwin, but we also have rebels in the system right now and they're gonna rain on our parade, so oh, and I could sell the afterburner. Forgot about that too. It's just... Oh, well, this would have been the ideal fight. And notice that those hurt, and that hurt too, but look, we still have shields. Yeah. That was actually an important test. We learned something important there. I'm going to jump back to Propus here. That ship is going to be gone. They don't persist or anything like that. Everything's randomly generated every time you jump. Unless it's like a mission ship of some kind. It was a little bit slow to decelerate there. That was me more than anything. Only reason I'm stopping here is so that I can repair my shields before I jump into Darwin. Let's see how much damage I can actually do with these. A lot, really, but... Alright, punk. Ah, okay, so... They take their sweet time. And he's gonna get killed by that. I'm just gonna blow him up. It's kind of a shame that rebel was gonna blow him up though, so. There's a ton of rebels in this system and I really don't want them to be here because I want to attack hapless pirates that happen to come through here. Our shield is repairing relatively quickly though. This is actually a decent setup. The rebels would get the hell out of here. How about that? Let you guys just go. Get the fuck out of here. Might be good. Might be a good idea. What you doing? Yeah, get out of here. You too. Tired of your antics. Like the blue proton beam. It's kind of like a tracer, although it's kind of hard to see too. All right, so everybody's out of here. Just gonna kind of do cookies here. Hopefully somebody shows up. Woo! There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so I'm gonna let him kill that manta. I'll attack this clipper. He's back on me now. Meanwhile, he has heavy rockets too. I think, yeah, I had to use the afterburner there. I believe that's 4. Whoa, it's 8. He has 8, that's right. Oh, good shot, effing. Went directly into... That's more like it. Okay, well, notwithstanding my ineptitude, seems like a pretty decent little craft. Okay. No! God. Ugh. This is such a bunch of fucking buzzkills. Unbelievable. What is this? Or can I target this? Okay. I'm just gonna blow it up. Well, at least be able to maybe board this one? And that's incredibly annoying too, because did I notice moments ago that I don't even care about their cargo. I'll take it, I don't care. Yeah, there's a destroyer and a frigate here. And yet, they were still focused on the pirate, which I guess makes some sense, but I don't know if that's consistent. Like, I think that the AI is supposed to have the rebels and Confederates be a little bit more aggressive towards each other. Give me your credits. I'm mad. And give me your cargo. And that'll do. Alright, I'm gonna land. Get rid of all this junk if I can. I can't. Okay, well, I'm starting to think that maybe I'm just not the kind of guy that should be using heavy rockets. Simply because I suck. But let's try to keep testing. Why was it shooting that way? I'm trying to take out this clipper. The clippers are just a miserable ship. They're really small. Suppose that they're kind of good in the early game as kind of a bridge to getting into a combat vessel. All right. Piss me off, buddy. Oh, I do like that that afterburner. So we have 2 Corvettes in this system here. So I've got one targeted and it's blinking, and then there was another one that just got onto us here. Okay. That clown is staying with him. Ah, come on. I guess if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Oh, I nailed him. All right, good. Okay. We have another clipper. I want to board him really quick. And the rebels are going to come crash the party. That's okay. And... right, so... he's going to get attacked by the rebels. We did make a nice little chunk of change there, though. Yeah, he's no longer aggressive towards us. Might as well get a little bit of money here. Well, I'm not going to be able to sneak in, right? Yeah. I'm going to try to board him while he's still disabled. No such luck. Alright, let's go back onto Blackthorn, or whatever the hell it's called. Darwin. Blackthorn, yeah. There are some frustrations for sure with combat as a career, as you might expect. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep the afterburner too. By the way, that's definitely worthwhile. All this though, do not need it. Part of it has to do with my tactics, too, I think. Alright, so... oh, I didn't load up on torpedoes. That's okay. Interesting that the enemy Corvette hasn't started firing missiles at me. Oh, it's not a Corvette. That would be why. Argosies are trivial to deal with in a Corvette. You just simply have way more shields than they do, and you can just run up to them and shank them. Shank you very much. Alright, good. Just gonna float around, see if I can kill someone. This is a great system, though, if you want to increase your combat. We were talking a little bit about bigger choices that we may have to make. Certainly killing pirates is all well and good, but there's more at stake here in this galaxy of ours. Let's actually land on Blackthorn, since nothing's... well, maybe something just spawned in that was interesting, but I missed it. Let's hit the bar. Oh. Well, this sounds familiar. Pirate ship Shadow has been plundering and destroying freighters in the system for the past week. Alright, let's do that. Hopefully we'll have better luck than we've been having. Let's hit the Curzon system. It's always going to be, if I recall correctly, it's always going to be in an empty system. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. That also sucks. Nothing here. Alright, so then... it's probably here. So we'll just go back this way. Excuse me. God. There's no manners. Although I am glad that this little rebel fleet is here. They'll distract the pirates there. Alright, let's try to land and... I mean... they're already attacking him. I don't really want to deal with lightnings. As you can see, missiles are just not my favorite thing, and I would rather just have the AI shoot a bunch of them and have them hit asteroids instead of me. Oh, this rebel destroyer is gonna see everybody off here. Rockets do hurt, don't get me wrong. That hurts a little bit more, doesn't it? There we go. I'm going to land here, track down that pirate in the next system. Suppose it could be, I don't know. They're usually 2 jumps away. I believe. I don't know that for sure. Oh, we do want to remember that we can't board that ship. By the way. Just in case you needed that little reminder. Cannot be boarded. You just gotta go kill it. Well, that is puzzling. It's nowhere to be found. Let's try going to Altair. You know, I actually just realized something, too. Let's actually look at the map. Yes, it could be in this system. That's almost certainly an empty system. We'll go back through, I guess, and try that. Although that would have been some good fighting right there. Damn it. That's why I say you shouldn't hurry through systems, although I do it all the time. It would have been a nice chunk of change. And we would have been unlikely to be interrupted by Confederates or rebels. Alright. I like it. I like where we're headed now. I think this is gonna be it. Probably. If it's not there, then I will be stumped. I have no explanation. Oh, shit. Well, okay. This is actually fine, because this isn't it's not a fair fight, right? Here we are in a completely empty system. So it was over here. I thought it was always in an empty star system, but apparently not. Look at how fast that thing goes, too. I mean, did you see how quickly we were cooking along there? Okay, so the rebels are here. I don't know. I'm just gonna lob some torpedoes. Those will hopefully find their mark. Oh, and yeah. Okay. That was underwhelming. I just hate how that happens, but there's not much you can really do about it. Well, we'll go claim our reward for all of the hard work that we did. Well, now I've gone and gotten all hot and bothered. I've got to get into a fight now. I'm horny for combat, dear viewer. So that guy's dead. Come here. Come here. And board and credits. And give me your fuel. I'm just gonna take the Argosie's stuff here real quick. Yeah. Yeah, leave me the fuck alone. Sometimes the physics with boarding are a little bit finicky. It's weird. And more fuel. Can I capture you? There's no real reason to. I don't have any desire to have a clipper in my fleet, but alright. And we got about 75,000. Not bad. I don't know. I don't know if I find that more enjoyable or not than just trading and making a lot of money, but the whole objective is to make money to get better ships that you can do combat in, really. So, I don't know. I feel like it's more pleasant for me to be in the Kestrel. So, we'll just have to keep working at it. And ultimately, I think we can make combat a little bit more effective. Let's consider a couple of options here. I mean, the missiles, I typically use them, so maybe I'm wrong-headed about this. Maybe I ought to get rid of the rocket launcher, go with missiles. Maybe the torpedoes are a bad idea. It's tough to say, dear viewer. But for now, I'm going to replenish what I've got. How much are these? These are not that expensive, so I'll think about it over the coming episodes and consider different loadout options, probably starting with selling this and then seeing where that puts us, but we'll leave that for the next episode. See you guys then.